Hello and welcome to the next tutorial. One thing I forgot to do in the last one is select all of the components of the stairway and just group them, just because it's good to keep everything tidy. So now this is a group of objects that we could copy around. You could make it a component too, and that would make it easier to duplicate it. I know it doesn't seem like there's a difference between grouping and componenting, but if you do happen to ever buy up on the SketchUp plan, you can, if you upgrade your plan or use SketchUp Pro, you have the outliner tool, which allows you to see all of the different objects and how they're nested within each other, and it's an incredibly useful tool. But we're gonna get by without it. We don't need it. Let's add some rails here. So pick two sides that are kind of adjacent from each other. I like these two right here for this part. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of create like a circle on here. Well, actually, let's do this over here. Let's start from this side. And we'll draw a circle. We'll infer to the midpoint here, pull it up here, and we'll make, say, a 1-inch circle. And then use our push-pull tool to extend it out and infer to the outside edge there. And we'll make this a component. We're going to call this a platform rail. I don't think that's been taken yet. And then we'll do kind of a move. Well, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to move copy it a little ways. Just kind of get it out, control, and then click it so that it's still selected. And then we're going to rotate this sucker 90 degrees. So you can actually infer to these tick marks on this protractor that it gives you. So there, I'm rotating it to the red axis there, so it's been 90 degrees. And then we'll take this once again and, oops, try to grab the midpoint there. There we go. Grab the midpoint, and then we'll get it on this side. I want to infer to the midpoint here, bring it up, and then try to get it aligned with the other one as well. So now it's aligned sideways, so we'll get it locked to the x-axis, and then I can just infer to there. And then looks like it's about on the same level. Cool. So now what we'll do is we'll click both of them using Shift-click, and then just lock it to the up direction, Control, and then click again, and then say like 4x, something like that. Make it whatever looks nice. Something that looks nice, a good number, a good distance. Maybe kids can still climb it, but at least it'll stop like the smaller kids from falling off. Let's do something else here. Let's do something fun right here. So first what I want to do is select this platform. Now remember, platforms are a component, so we want to make this one unique because we're going to alter it. And then double click it to get into it, and then we're going to pull this out, say 16 inches. Oops, went the wrong way. I guess we're going to go this way, 32 inches. So now it's out 16 inches. And then back out of the component. Now we're going to, what we're going to do is we're going to create kind of like a little cubby hole here, or a little fenced in area right here. So we'll grab our rectangle tool, and we're going to start. This is kind of it seems like a roundabout way to do what we're about to do, but we're going to draw a rectangle here. And notice that rectangle is not part of the platform. We drew it on top of the platform. This rectangle is its own entity. If I Shift H to hide the rest of the model, I guess I can't. It's a new face that's sitting on top of. I mean, you can see it kind of like shimmering. That's because there's two faces sitting on top of each other. It's usually something you don't want, but we're doing something. We're doing something here. So grab our what is it called? Offset tool. I was going to say inset, and then click on this face. Why isn't it doing it? Oh yeah, there we go. And we're going to offset it by 1 inch. We'll take this edge right here, and we'll use the move tool to move it out so that it disappears. Move it out so that it coincides with that last edge. And then we will delete that edge with the eraser tool because we no longer need it. Boom. So now you have just this outer part. So that's what we're doing. I mean, you could probably like draw a line 1 inch this way, however many inches this way, however many inches this way, however many inches. But by drawing a rectangle and then offsetting it and then healing the one edge, you created that geometry in probably some fewer steps and with a little bit more precision. I want a 1 inch border around this thing. So what we'll do for funsies is we'll copy this up 12 inches, or we'll push-pull this up 12 inches, and make it a component. Yep, we got it all selected. We'll right-click, make it a component. We're going to call it a wall. Make sure we save. And let's array copy it up. Make a stack of like 4 or 5 of these. So we'll grab here, start bringing it up, hit Control, and then infer to this point, and then say, let's do 4 of them. Yeah, let's do 3 of them. There we go. 4 total. And then now we can do stuff to one of these, and whatever we do to one of these, we'll do to all of them, which is really neat. So you double click to get inside of one, and then we're going to draw some circles. Let's make circles with about a 12-inch radius on here. You might want to do some like guides. So like here, and then maybe, I don't know what the midpoint would that be. What is this? What is this distance? 1 foot 10.5. Okay, so let's just say, so that's 22 inches. So let's say this will be 11 inches. Let's do 11 inches in here and 11 inches in here. So you just do some quick math to find kind of a decent spot for it. Let's actually go find the midpoint here. We'll do the midpoint, and we'll draw a guide to the midpoint here. 8 inches. We'll do that. I think I got the wrong midpoint here too. So 8 inches, and we'll delete this one. Okay, so there we go. Now let's do some. Let's draw one more up the side to get kind of midpoint here. So now we've got a couple places where we can do some circles. And we'll do a regular circle tool. We'll grab this intersection. We'll make a 12-inch circle. Oh, 12 inches is 12 inches. Oh, 12-inch radius. Oh, so we want maybe like 5 inches? Yeah, that's much better. 5 inches, 5 inches. And notice how it's duplicating these circles on the other surfaces. So we'll infer to this and then do 5 inches. And then we'll do the same thing over here. 5 inches. And notice it was already kind of keying in on this inference point. So you can find those center points pretty easily. And now all we have to do is take the push-pull tool and push this in 1 inch. And for the rest of them, I can just double-click, 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 and double-click. And look at that. Like, we just have to make the one thing, copy it up, and then the rest of them appear. Let's go to the top level, delete all our guides, and that looks great. I think in the next tutorial, we are going to make the slide, and that should be the last part of this, this series. So we'll see you in the next video.